doing great today. Maggie here. Sorry for the delay. Sorry, please forgive me, Periscope and Facebook Live, because I got a little tied up. And but I am here today to tell you about some great date ideas. How many of y'all run out of date ideas? Is it just me and my husband, or are there other people out there that run out of date ideas, right? It happens. Hey, Lord, thanks for logging on. A little late today. Sorry about that. Want to talk to you guys. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Maggie Cavanaugh. I'm the co-founder of Moving Forward Ministries, as well as Maggie Motivates Life Coaching, and co-founder of Liberty Through Christ. And what we like to do is empower people to come into wholeness, spirit, soul, and body. My husband and I have a health and wellness business that helps you come in balance with CBD oil, and it's absolutely amazing. So our goal is to help you overcome and any past obstacles and walk in wholeness, spirit, soul, and body, okay? So we're going to hit the ground running because I'm running late today. I apologize. Steve, what's up, my brother? I can't wait to see you, I guess, next week. We're getting close to the date, so... Okay, so date ideals. Hey, Mindy, thanks for logging on. This would be good for you and Jesse, too, because you guys are on the road. Okay, so people tell me all the time in marriage counseling, Maggie, my spouse and I we can't afford to date. And I'm like, okay, no. Dating is important. Date your spouse. And dating doesn't have to cost a lot of money, all right? It does not. It does not have to cost a lot of money. So I've got some date ideas to help you. Another thing they say is, well, we don't do anything creative, or we always do the same thing. Listen, I've got 52 date ideas that I use with clients, and I actually assign dates to people. So, hey, hearts to you, Laura. Thanks for logging on. Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. Thank you. For those of you, we thank you on Periscope. We thank you for the hearts. We thank you for the likes and shares. Get this out to your peeps so they can treat their woman right by getting date time right. And for you ladies that are, your husband's relying on you, babe, what do you want to go do? You've got some great ideas. So we're going to hit this because I got to get across town and teach some kids. So the first thing is to explore a new part of your neighborhood. Now, for people like Laura, she lives in a cool little town. There's a lot of places that her and her husband could go exploring. Explore a new neighborhood. You could go over to a city close by, check it out, find a park, things like that. What about this one? Discuss a couple checkup over coffee. Now, what is a couples checkup? A couple checkup is something that I do with clients all the time. Many people come to me for Prepare, Enrich, and a lot of people come to me for marriage counseling. And it's just good to have a checkup. You take your car and you get the tires rotated, you get the oils changed. You got to do the same thing with your relationships. You got to go in and see how your love tank is doing, and see how your compassion battery is running, and see if you're still sparking. So anyway, it's very important. Another thing that you can do, and I think this is so romantic, is watch the clouds. My husband's, he's got an artistic gift, and he's always seeing neat things in life in general. So doing that as well. Act like tourists. That's right, in your own town. Exactly right. You guys could go to a lot of cute little areas near you. But watching the clouds. I mean, what is wrong with getting a blanket, throwing it down at a park, taking some grapes and cheese and your favorite beverage, and just laying down and watching the clouds, talking about what you see, talking about vision, talking about the universe, talking about the creator. I mean, just talk, okay? Things you don't normally talk about. Or on the flip side of that, maybe you need to go watch the stars. So I love that. Love that. What about this? Do a taste test at a grocery store. Okay, I'm like so guilty. I'll get out of church and go to Sam's because they got all those little stations. It's like, come on, baby, let's go to lunch. I'm just kidding. You're not going to get filled up like that, but you could go somewhere. A lot of the, like Harris Teeter is a really nice grocery store, or a different, place that you go. But if they're having an event, a grand opening or something, go check it out, whatever. What about this? Dance to your song. My husband and I was dancing in our kitchen not too long ago. Yes, Peter, watch us. Hey, Lord, let Peter know. As of about 30 minutes ago, we have water. Yeah, we have water. So for those of you that do not know, I live on the side of a ridge on a mountain, and our pump went out, and it's just been a nightmare. Hence why my hair is wet. I am at the Gap House of Prayer. I took a shower here, so y'all just bear with me. But now I got water at home. I'm super stoked. Super stoked. Okay, what about this? Picnic in the park. Picnic in the parks are great. They're just wonderful. What about this? Write and share a poem. Think about that. When was the last time you wrote a poem for your spouse? Have you ever written a poem for your spouse? I think that's really cool. What about this? Play a new board game. That's fun. Venture to a local fair. Now, I just see some dear friends of mine, the Berries. They were literally at the fair, and they were doing that. They were venturing to the local fair, and that's what they were doing. So, what about an afternoon in the bookstore? You know what? I love that. Get some coffee, go to the bookstore, and we, with online stuff, and we don't do that as much as we really need to, right? So, yes, I know. Hallelujah. I'm so thankful. I have so much compassion for people in third world countries that go without water. So, yeah, thanks. Okay, so what about cook a meal without grocery shopping? Now, that could be interesting. Get really creative in your kitchen. Now, has any of these cost any money? No, I don't think they have, unless you go take food on your picnic and you got to eat food anyway. Go berry picking. Berry picking's fun. I like this. Go pick out each other's outfit. Now, whether you can buy it or not, if you're broke, go in. So I think my granddaughter does this with her girlfriend. They're always like, can we go to Ross? And I'm like, why? Because they pick out clothes for each other that if they were grown-ups, they would wear this. And Kiera will go, this is for you. And she'll go, this is for you. It's really cute. A lot of fun. And they just came up with that, their own creativity thing. So, okay, what about this? Mini road trip to a nearby town. That's kind of like going out in your neighborhood. Go through the car wash. Woo! Romantic. It's nice and dark in there. Lots of suds. Attend a comedy show. Now, that's going to cost you some money, but you know what? You're going to have to invest in your marriage. We're too competitive for board games. Okay, so do a sport or do something that is not going to cause conflict. So don't do that one. Just take that one off your list. What about arcade? Go to arcade and play pinball. That sounds fun. Go to a writer's talk. Now, that might not be for everybody, but it might be for some. Hey, Carl. We're talking about 52 date ideas. My buddy coming over here. Okay, so what about this? Foot spa after work. You could, get a pot of hot water and put some nice bath salts in there and do, a foot thing, give each other pedicures. I don't know. What about act out your impression of one another? Now, that's going to be really funny. Really funny. I'd like to see my husband act out. We're going to have to do this one. I'll let you guys know. What about complete a Mad Lib? I'm not even sure what that is. How about worship under the stars? Oh, yeah. Now, that sounds super cool. Make ice cream sundaes. Explore a museum. Go to the farmer's market. Make smoothies. Play a competitive computer game, unless you're the bestest. Don't do that. Don't play a competitive game. A tandem bike ride. Now, my husband and I did that. We went, Larry Wiley used to own this great property up in the mountains, and we went up there and rode the tandem bike, which is really cool because we had this sweet little prophetic word that Jason Ford gave us about tandem bikes, and he had no clue that that's something that, anyway, it was precious, just so sweet. So what about this? Plant a seed. Maybe let's take it a step further. Plant a garden together. That would be great. Read and discuss a devotion. Now, this is super important, super duper important. You guys can listen. A devotion is short reading. This I encourage you to do every day, at least 5 days out of the week with your spouse. It creates intimacy. Anytime you pray together, anytime you study the word together and worship together, all of those things coming in, it creates the ability to connect on a whole new level. So I encourage you to do that. So with a devotion, I don't think I've got a devotion here, but most of you know what a devotion is. It's just like a short readings, daily readings. Maybe it might have a date associated with it. It might just have a topic associated with it. But one night you read the devotion to your spouse, and then the other night let him read his devotion to you as well. Hey, Judy, thanks for logging on. We're talking about date ideas. Okay, what about volunteer together? Now, this is a good one. This is a really good one because service is so important. Doing things together, that's just a great one. What about this one? Let's see here. Craft a tagline for your relationship. Hashtag Team Kavanaugh. I'm just saying, that would be fun. A weekend getaway would be good. What about this one? Take a community education class. Now, this could be good. I know over in Murfreesboro, they've got a lot of about backyard chickens and things like that. We take Mondays and Thursdays, lock ourselves in a room and hang out, watch movies, talking or just eating. Wow, that is healthy. That is healthy. So, well, depending on what you're eating. But that is healthy. 2 nights of the week, they just pull away and they're like, it's me and you, babe. That is really good. Really good. I love that. See, if you do stuff like that, you don't have to have, the expensive date nights. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a time to go out and have a nice dinner and go to the movie and go all out. You deserve that. It's good. It's healthy. But, if you're saying to me, we don't go on dates because we can't afford to. I've just given you all of these. And, so for those of you that logged on live, go back and listen. What about this one? Do the chores together. Doing chores together. Go dancing. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, back rub before bed. Now, you know where that might lead, but it's okay. It's good because that's real healthy in a marriage too. Got to keep the spark. What about create a secret handshake? How cute is that? I mean, really, that is totally cute. Totally cute. Organize a playlist. Now, that is great. I love playlists. Those of you that, use iTunes, I'm constantly creating a list for bedtime stuff, a list for worship, a list for warfare, a list for, my granddaughter, a list for all types of things. So come together and say, hey, let's put a list of our songs. What about making a playlist of the songs you played at your wedding and dance to those in the kitchen? So just saying, read a book out loud. I mean, and these are just several ones. Of course, there's the obvious ones. Go to a thrift store and pick out a t-shirt for each other. That's another cool one. Throw a blanket in the living room floor and do just, have a picnic in front of the fireplace, okay? So, hey, Kim, thanks for logging on. So I've given you multiple date ideas here that do not cost you anything or very little. So my encouragement to you is, number one, date your spouse. It's super healthy. My husband told me his parents have both gone on to be with the Lord, but they were precious, and they went on a date every Friday night. And they stayed married for a long time. There are times where you've got to pull away. Your kids are wonderful, but you've got to have a break from your kids. You've got to go on a date. And even if your kids are grown, it's still important. It's still important for me and my husband to go on a date or to get out and do things. And sometimes we do funny things, that some people wouldn't even consider a date. But you know what? It's about putting the focus and the attention. So number one, date your spouse. Number two, make sure the focus and attention is on them. Make sure that you're not sitting there like scrolling together. Oh, let's go to the park. Yeah, okay. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, check this out. No. Look at each other in the eyes. That creates intimacy. That's why whenever you were a teenager, your mama would say, don't you look at that boy's eyes too long, because she knows where it would lead, because you want to connect with your spouse on an intimate level. So if you want to keep your relationships healthy, you want to keep your marriage strong, date your spouse. Pay attention to them. Tune in to whatever it is they're needing. Even if you're going shopping, go to Dick's and then go to, wherever she wants to go or whatever. I mean, you guys can be creative with this thing. Compromise so much sometimes for what you want to do and let them have something to do. Make sure that it's something that you guys both agree upon and is within your physical limitations. So if you guys have any date ideas, I would love for you to put them in the chat stream. Put hashtag date and then put what it is, because I want to know what your date nights are. I want to know what is effective for you guys. I want to know what your favorite date is. So you guys put that in the chat stream for me. I've got to get across town. I got to go teach my kids some leadership and public speaking, so I'm out. So you guys be blessed. I do have a call to action for you, 2 of them. November the 10th, Lisa and I are doing a workshop on rejection. It is one of our quarterly intensives that we do to help people, go forward and deal with that issue and so forth. It is based on the Word of God, but it's also based on the tools that we have gotten in counseling. So November the 10th. November the 17th is going to be a webinar. The cost of it is actually going to be a workshop, and the cost of that is $39, and that will be reset and reboot your life, because guess what's coming? Guess what quarter we're in? We're in the last quarter of 2018. And 2019 is right there, right there. And if you want to start 2019 strong, spirit, soul, and body, then I encourage you to get in on this. Okay, I'm going to be creating an event thing for it soon. I think it's super important for all of us to home in and to find out, you know, what do we not want to take into 2019? What kind of goals, and how are we going to achieve those goals, and all kinds of stuff. Everything right down to resetting your diet. So to get you ready to start the 2019 to be the best year ever. The other thing I want to give you a call to action to is, if you are on here and you know one of my affiliates that sells CBD oil or nutritional sprays, go get some. Do yourself a favor, do your spouse a favor, do your kid a favor, do your neighbor a favor, and go check that out as well. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll be happy to discuss it with you. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Hey, Tammy, good to see you, girl. Hey, Lauren, I'm logging off, girls. I'm sorry. So go back and catch it on the replay. Share it with your friends. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. Those of you on Periscope, I will see you tomorrow at 12:15. Today on Facebook, I apologize for being late, but I will be on tomorrow. And I think I'm still chewing on what I'm going to share tomorrow. But 12:15, lunchtime live. I'll see you guys later. Ciao. 12:15, not 2:15. If I said 2:15, 12:15.